So, you're delusional. Wait. Before you click off. The reason why I say this is not because you're actually delusional, which you are. But let me explain. It's because if you believe that the best way to do something is the best way to do something, and let's say another person sees that same decision or that same situation and believes that is the exact opposite and wrong way to do something, and believes that is not the right way to do it, well, both of you are right. In fact, both of you take that same expression, that same situation, that same decision as fact. And why? What is a fact other than something that you believe to be unchangeable? Or something that does not need an opinion because it is just fact. If I believe this table is round, then who can tell me otherwise? If there's no one else to tell me that this table is in fact a rectangle, then I will believe that this is the fact. The fact is this table is round. You can't tell me differently. It's round. And if I really wanted to think of it, I'm delusional. I'm allowing myself to manipulate my reality, my decisions, and my experience to fit what I want to fit in it. And it's even better that you start to believe that you're delusional, because then you can change anything about your reality. You can change any fact or opinion that you have. Why? Because it starts from delusion. It starts from fantasy. It starts from non-believing to believing. And everyone has their own perception of their facts, of reality. Some people, great example, some people believe to their core, to their deathbed, that the earth is flat. Now we all know the earth is round. And that's our fact. And no one can tell us differently because that's just the fact. But it takes you to become delusional to be able to change your reality, to change your facts, and to change your mind. So why not just go full throttle into being delusional? Not to say that you should be crazy or just start thinking random things that don't actually exist. But why not just allow yourself to wander into the delusional part of your mind and create things that never meant to exist or never were a thing to exist. And what I mean by that, I know that was really hard to hear from that sentence. Let's say I believe right now that I am a successful millionaire. If I take that as fact, instead of thinking that it's a challenged opinion or idea, which would make me delusional, because right now I'm not a millionaire. But if I decide to think that, you know what, I am a millionaire, or better, way better example, I am abundant, then no one can tell me differently. And in fact, anyone else who tries to tell me differently is just like, no, you're wrong. It's fact. I'm abundant. And why am I abundant? Because I've changed the way that I perceive the expression and definition of abundance. When you think of abundance, your immediate reaction or your immediate thought process of the definition would be money. Now why? Is that what the definition of abundance is? If you look in the dictionary, it probably won't tell you. It may or may not. I didn't do the research, but I know in my heart, me being delusional right now, that it doesn't say money. Abundance is the definition of having lots of money. They might give you examples of it being in that scenario. But if you decide to change your perception and change your own definition of the word, whether it's true or not, you change the way that you view it. Abundance could be being abundant in friendships, in connections, in love, in emotions, in food. It could be anything. It could be an expression of thought. I'm so abundant. What do you mean by that? I have so many thoughts. It doesn't need to be related to one aspect. And when you start to see a word from different angles of definition and perception, You change your definition of the word, which also changes your mindset about it, which changes your perception of it. And then you can use this word in any situation. And it's like, you tell someone, oh, I'm so abundant. Oh, really? How much do you make a year? Because that's their definition of the word. That's not yours. And people may say, oh, well, you're delusional. No. Yes, in some way I am, but I'm deciding to see the world differently than you do. And that does not make me delusional. That makes me unique. That makes me different. Which is as we all should be. So yeah, I would encourage you to start indulging in the delusional side of your mentality and trying to see the difference of definition in a singular word. Another great example, there is no backing to it, but it's my perceived definition of what this word is. Personality. Now, you can get into etymology and figure out what it actually means and the background of it and the history of it. But if I use my own intuition and my own discernment of what the word could possibly mean, and I separate it and break it down in my own terms of understanding, to me it means person's reality, personality, person's reality, which means it is your reality or your perceived perception about you, about your person. The reason why we just, like this, with this word exactly, the reason why we think that astrology or these MBTI tests work so well, we call it, oh, what's your personality test? What's your personality? What's your person's reality? What is something that you accept as fact for yourself and for your persona that you decide to create? Oh, I'm a Pisces. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense why your reality is perceived as being shy or timid or reserved or thoughtful or whatever Pisces is. So become delusional. Start investing in things that don't even exist, things that aren't even true. And you'll see or find that that leads you to unlimited possibilities, and you open your imagination to unlimited pathways, unlimited definitions of life itself. I hope this made sense. And if you would like me to follow up on this and dive deeper into this topic, let me know in the comments down below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. The reason I ask for you to share is so that other people may become aware to this knowledge just as much as you do. My name is Augustin. This is Just Before Clarity, and thank you for being here.